Agents Luis Moreno with Think Medicare, Think ACA. All right. So I'm going to share a little story, and then I'm a little proud of myself, which is kind of easy for me to do when I'm talking about me. But how to process an agent of record change on ACA. All right. So I wanted to give you guys a walkthrough, and I'm going to give you the scenario and then the walkthrough. Okay. But before I do that, please comment, like, and subscribe. All right. So here was my scenario. Okay. I had a lady walk in the door. Okay. And I have an office. She walked in the door and she says, Luis, hey, can you help me out with my ACA? I'm like, yeah, sure, I can. Am I your agent? Got about 5,000 clients. I can't remember everybody. And I asked, am I your agent? She said, no, you're not. I'm like, okay. I'm like, immediately, I'm like, oh, here we go. I'm going to have to process an agent of record change. But I got to remind myself that it's not that big of a deal. Okay. I mean, it really isn't that big of a deal. All right. So here's what I did. So, and the first thing that I did was you've got to get consent, guys. You can't you should not even start the process without getting a consent form. So I immediately sent her the consent form. She's right there, like literally sitting right there in front of me. And she gets it and she signs it. I got my consent. Perfect. Now I go to search marketplace. I find her, I view her in Dash, I bring her over to me, and then I'm able to look at what she currently has. And I'm like, okay, is all this information correct? Yes. Is this your current plan? Good. Okay. So what do you think? You want to keep it? And what do you want to do with it? And then what I do is I continue. She tells me she wants to keep it, that she likes it. All her doctors are in there and we're rocking. I'm like, perfect. Now I go to renew and I go through all the steps. Okay. I get her confirmation. Now remember, I am not the agent of record. Okay. All right. So I'm not calling before, I'm going to call after. Okay. So I go through the whole process and I get her to the finalized screen. I print the finalized screen. Okay. Save it as a PDF. I text it to her. I'm like, hey, can you just review it? And then reply back with, I confirm if everything is correct. Boom. She replies back, confirm. And again, remember, she's right there, but I want to have a record of all this in my CRM, which is Agent CRM. If you don't have a CRM, guys, click down below. Okay. All right. Now, I get that. I submit. Okay. It goes through. I'm like, what? I forget every now and then. When I go and I select, so I get the eligibility, and then it shows me the plan that we selected for 2025. And then I hit submit, and then boom, I get that error message, and it kind of pops out at you. And I'm like, oh, there it is. Okay. And it says here to call this number. And I'm like, all right, so check it out.
Guys, I've got a community of ACA and Medicare agents that we're putting together. 25 years in business is what I'm going to be sharing with you. Guys, come join us at the community, a community of ACA and Medicare agents, and we'll show you how to grow.
What you're viewing here is I called from my cell phone. I called that number. The entire conversation with a few minutes of hold time was 15 minutes and 24 seconds. That's it. 15 minutes and 24 seconds, and we were done. Okay. So I had already prepped her. Look, when they get on the phone, here's what you want to tell them, that you want me to be the agent of record. In fact, I even started the conversation. Okay. I started the conversation by saying, hey, this is Luis Moreno. I'm an agent, and I want a process of an agent of record change for my insured. She asked me for my name, Luis Moreno. Okay. She asked me for the application ID. I pulled that up from the eligibility. Okay, that's the application ID, and I gave her that number. Okay, now I'm going to go back a few steps. I forgot to mention this. When you call and it says enter your ID number, that is your NPN number. Okay. All right. So let's fast forward now to where I was at. So now they want to talk to the insured. The insured is talking, no, the rep is talking to the insured. Yes, I confirm. They get her name, they get her date of birth. She confirms the address. And then they say, so you want Luis Moreno to be your agent? He says, yes. And then she goes, well, for how long do you want to give him the authority? And I had already told her, tell her for a year. And she says, for 1 year. Boom. After a few clicks, they're like, okay, let us talk to the agent. And I grabbed the phone now, and I'm like, and I still have it on speaker. And I'm like, ma'am, I've already processed the entire application. Okay, so you don't need to do that. She's like, oh, great. So she goes on there, she clicks on, she confirms the plan that I want, which I already knew which one we wanted, the premium, and everything was right on. And then she reads me a few attestations. I agree, I agree, I agree. Boom, it's done. 15 minutes later, I'm now the agent of record and everything is hunky-dory. Done. It is crazy how I am hearing agents complain and whine and how the world is coming in and how awful it is and this doom and gloom and blah, 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 blah. And why do we have to do this? Well, why do we have to do it is because of those rat agents who were just stealing policies. I think this is a very good way to do it. Okay. The insured actually has to want you as opposed to the insured just giving you a little bit of info and you stealing the accounts from other agents. Okay. This is the best way to do it. And let me tell you guys, reason she came to me was number one, is I put signs out there. But number two is this is her words, Luis. I've been calling this agent and they won't return my call. I even went to their office and they're closed.
This video is being sponsored by Agent CRM. Agent CRM is a CRM that I use for my agency for every line of business: auto, home, life, commercial, Medicare, and ACA. It should be the CRM that you use too. Click up here to get some more information.
I'm like, I need help. I'm like, well, beautiful. We're open here all the time. Okay. We don't close. A lot of agents, they don't even have a freaking office. They don't have the money to invest. They're a little, I can maybe small time or whatever, but they just don't want to get an office. They're perfectly happy working from home, and there's nothing wrong with it. I have a freaking beast of an office. Okay. I mean, that's kind of, there's my lobby. Kind of hard. There it is, lobby. I mean, I've invested in myself by having an office and having staff. So she's like, you guys are here. I'm like, yeah, we're here all the time. And then she's in my P&C office. And of course, as we're doing all this, I'm like, where's your auto? Where's your home? Oh, what does your husband do? Oh, you're a contractor. Do you know we do commercial insurance? She goes, yeah, I saw your sign. Can you tell me more about it? I'm like, heck yeah. So my one little ACA sale has now blossomed into a bunch of other things. So don't throw away or don't think that processing an agent of record change is such a hassle. It's just you whining like a little baby. Let the rest of us, while you whine, the rest of us are going to rock and roll and process these agent of record change and get it all done. All right. Sorry, a little frustrated. I did get a couple of emails asking why. And I'm like, I don't know why. I didn't put this rule. I know what the rule is and I just do it. I mean, that's it. I don't complain. I don't like it, but I do like it now. Well, hell yeah, I like it because now a lot of my clients are not getting stolen by these rat agents. So I do love it. Anyway, guys, here is something super cool. All right. I really, I wanted to give you guys kind of a flow, and I like to use Chat GTP quite a bit. Well, GPT, not GTP. And check this out. I was really like, wow.
You want to know everything about ACA or Medicare? Click up here to get my ACA and Medicare smart books.
I went on here and look what I typed. How to process an agent of record change. I wanted to see if it had a little something that I didn't have to invent. And obtain consent, number one. I did review the carrier specific stuff for them. Okay, there's no really submit AOR. You have to call. Okay, we went over the plans. I even told her about the bronze plan and the silver and the gold, and we went over that. The only other compliance besides consent is you have to get confirmation that all the data is accurate. But then look what popped out. They put a YouTube video of me in. I didn't put this here. I didn't do it. Okay. I mean, look at that. There's no copy pasting, whatever. I did not put this in here and it popped up. So I'm like, I'm kind of famous. I'm going to get my own autograph. How about that one? Anyway, yeah, I'm messing around. I'm an idiot. It is what it is. You got to have a little fun with this. So guys, the point being is processing agent of record changes with a phone call. It's not that bad. There is a link. We haven't used it once. I'd much rather just do it over the phone and we are done. It's quick and easy and it is what it is. But all right, guys, hope that helps you out. This is Luis Moreno with Think Medicare, Think ACA. And don't forget down below, if you go to the description and you hit more, I've got my ACA Smart Book, my Medicare Smart Book. I have my ACA 101 course. So if you suck at ACA, and you want to learn how I do it, and we're already over 800 applications, guys, you may want to get my course. It's well worth it. And it'll cost you one head. That's it. One head. All right. I have Agent CRM, the best CRM in the universe for insurance agents. Guys, if you haven't figured this out, clients don't want to talk anymore, but they love to text. Well, with the Agent CRM, you can text, you can email, you can even call through the CRM and record your conversation. What a freaking tool to use. It is amazing the conversations that are having between my staff and my clients. Most, I would say almost more than 75% is via text. And it's all being recording, which is super, super good in case you get an E&O claim. All right. So, and then finally, the last thing I've got for you is I've created the community. It is a community of ACA and Medicare agents. If you're all alone in the insurance world and you'd like to go into a place where you can collaborate, ask questions, run quote scenarios, I do weekly masterminds in there. I bring other pros to come talk to us. You may want to consider joining the community because it's a measly $50. All right. I take my 3 kids and I spend more than that. That's not even my meal or my wife's meal. That's just my kids' meal. It's more than $50. So think about coming in and joining the community. We do a lot for you there. And I guarantee that the knowledge that you're going to get from there is well worth that return on the investment of your measly $50. So think about coming and joining us. Thanks again. And this is Luis Moreno with Think Medicare, Think ACA.